Today I have a quick practice that targets the core muscles of the abdominals to improve stability in the spine and in your hips. This will help improve your posture and relieve low back pain. I'm Noko Omabo, and I'd like to invite you to like this video and to subscribe to my channel. If you want to learn more about how to heal back pain naturally, I invite you also to get on my waiting list for my holistic therapy for back pain. You'll find a link in the description below. Let's get started. We're going to start with a few rounds of deep breathing, inhaling slowly through the nose and exhaling slowly through the mouth. Find a comfortable seated position, either on the floor or on a chair. You can also sit on your knees. Palms facing down on the thighs. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose and out. Again, breathing in and out. Just 2 to 3 more rounds. Breathing in and out. Last one. And out. This is the breath you can always come back to when you feel the position is challenging and you want to give up. So instead of focusing on your body, focus on your breath. Let's get on our hands and knees. I'm going to spread the fingers wide with the index fingers pointing straight front. Really pressing the knuckles into the mat and pressing the meaty part here between your index and your thumb into the mat. We're going to be spending a lot of time on our hands. If you are new to yoga and you get tired, your wrists get tired, get into your fist with your thumbs pointing front. Make sure your fists are directly underneath your shoulders. Okay, this is not underneath the shoulders. Shoulders right here. And from here, whether you are onto your fist, on your hands, what you want to do is push your shoulders away from the floor, feeling the shoulder blades spreading apart. Let's do this. And up. Good. And now, if you're like me, you have hyperextended elbows, just rotate your elbows so that they point towards the outside edge of your mat. From here, just going to maintain this position. Engage the transverse abdominis by just relaxing the belly, dropping the belly, and then sacking the belly in. Relax and lift. And relax and lift. Relax and lift. Keep doing this. As you're doing this, feel your tailbone reaching back and crown of the head forward. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, mouth. Lift the belly. Inhaling, we drop. Exhaling to the mouth, we lift. Making sure you're not sinking to your shoulders. Again, if you are tired, getting to your fist. Inhaling, dropping. Exhaling, lift. Again. One more. Adding on. Tacking the toes under. So find the correct alignment with your shoulders directly stacked over your wrist and shoulders pressing down, belly lifted. Let's lift the knees. Dropping the belly, inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, drop, exhale through your mouth. Hold your belly up. We keep breathing as we hold the belly up. Whenever you hold your belly up, you're engaging what is called a transverse abdominis. It's a muscle that wraps around your waist to support your spine. That's why we want to engage it. If at any point you feel tired, press your knees down, big toes together, and hips down. It's your child pose. So you can get into your child pose for a few breaths. You can pause the video, and then you can come back to it. Belly lifted, tucking the toes under, lifting the knees off the floor. Adding on, inhaling, Exhaling, chest to thighs, belly still lifted. Inhaling nose. Exhaling mouth. Lifting the belly. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more. Hold it here. Option to extend the knees with the heels lifted. Let's bend the left knee, pressing the right heel down. Switch side. Switch. Switch. Bending both knees to the floor. Okay, the next one is very important to stabilize the hips. I'm going to show you different variations, starting with the easiest first on our forearms. And remember, belly lifts and remains lifted the whole time to support the spine. From here, I'm going to use a block. If you don't have a block, you can use a book. I'm going to extend the left arm forward and the right leg back. And if you feel that you're wobbly here, okay, that's an indication you're not engaging those muscles, the transverse abdominis, or it means that you need to work more on it. So if this is where you're at right now, keep lifting your belly, slowly extend one leg, push the heel back, and slowly start crawling the opposite arm. If you're lifting the same arm, you're going to turn to the side. You're going to lose your balance. Okay, opposite arm. Now, next option, a bit more challenging, very slowly lifting your left foot off the floor. Belly still lifted and hold. Inhale through the nose. Exhale now. 4 more breaths. 3, 2. Both elbows, both knees down. Child pose. Big breath in and out. Coming back up on our forearms, preparing for the other side. Belly lifted. Again, shoulders pressing away from the floor. This time we extend the other leg out, pushing the heel, belly still lifted. Option to start crawling the opposite arm up. Option to hold it here, or to challenge yourself to lift your right foot off the floor. So whenever you move from one step to the next, move very slowly. Okay, so from here, moving slowly, extending the leg out. Very slowly reaching the opposite arm. And then trying to lift maybe just the toe off the floor. Or maybe all the way up. And hold it right there. And let's get onto our stomach. Just rocking side to side. And hips facing down. Sphinx opening the chest. Relaxing the lower back. We're going to keep adding on. So the next step is a bit more challenging. If this exercise was challenging for you, just stick to it. Do the exact same one. Otherwise, we're going to move on. Same exercise on our hands and knees. So let's adjust the hands. Index fingers pointing front, fingers spread out, pressing the knuckles into the mat. And pressing the shoulders down. Belly lifted. We're going to keep the belly lifted the whole time. So from here, let's start extending the left arm, thumb pointing up. And start extending slowly the opposite leg, pushing the heel. If you feel that you're wobbly here, that's how far you go. Really press your right shoulder away from the floor. Hold your right here. Or as if you want to challenge yourself, lifting your left foot off the floor. Inhaling. Exhaling. Again. And let's bring the knees, the shoulders, Interlacing the fingers, pressing, squeezing the shoulder blades together, pressing the hips down, opening the heart. And center. Let's work on the other side. On all fours, preparing our hands, fingers spread out wide. Elbows pointing out, shoulders pressing down, belly lifted. Crown of the head reaching forward, tailbone reaching back. This time we start extending the right arm forward with the thumb pointing up. Slowly extending the left leg. Option to lift it off the floor. Option to hold it here. Or to slowly lift the right foot off the floor. Hold. And let's place our knees underneath the shoulders. And this time we're going to stretch the spine sideways, reaching up. And side opening the heart. We want to avoid twisting the shoulders, so we open the heart up to the sky. Gonna do one more option, a bit even more challenging. So remember, find the option that works best for you. And keep repeating this video a couple times, 3 times a week for a whole month. And you'll be surprised to see how much you can improve it in 1 month. So for that last option, actually no. We're going to use the block later. So the last option for this exercise is the plank. We're going to do the exact same thing from a plank position. Adjusting the fingers, the elbows, shoulders, belly lifted, crown of the head reaching forward. And from here, extending the right leg and option to extend the opposite arm. Hold it there, belly lifted. Now if you're falling, okay, move very slowly. If you're trying to go fast into the position, you're not using your balance. Move slowly. And center, switching side, belly lifted. Extending the left leg. And option to extend the opposite arm. And let's get into a child pose. Interlacing those fingers, those hands and wrist. Reverse the circle. Let's get onto our belly. We're going to work on the low back a little bit. From here, hands underneath the shoulders. So feel your belly lifting off the floor. It's probably not going to lift off the floor, but that's the idea. So you engage your transverse abdominis, same as we've done so far. Lift, and then press the shoulders up and legs up. If your legs are bending, lift one leg at a time. And then you switch. Okay, and eventually you'll be able to lift both legs. Belly lifted, tailbone pressing down. Inhaling nose, exhaling mouth. Inhale and out. 2 more. And on all fours, cat stretch. Back to center. So for the last exercise, we're going to place the block on the hips. The idea is to maintain the block level with the floor. So we want to avoid having the block move side to side. And this tells you basically how stable your hips are and how stable your low back is. If you notice that your block starts moving, I'm going to show you the exercise. So if you're doing this, twisting your hips, there's no stability in your hips and low back. So you really want to engage your core to protect your spine. So place a block, a book, your phone, anything you want on your low back, actually on your hips. And let's get into this push-up position. And from here, shifting the weight to the left hand. Now, if you're doing this, the first movement starts with the hips. Okay, means you're not stabilizing the hips. Hip bones keep facing straight down to the mat. And shift, lift, slowly place the forearm and forearm. So it just takes practice. And then coming back up, avoid starting the movement with the hips. And coming back up and up. So let's hold it right here before going to the other side. At the end of this video, I'd like you to go to the description and let me know if which one of those exercises was the most challenging for you. Okay, and if you were able to do this one and maintain the block or book or whatever you had on your low back. Other side. Shift without twisting. Lift, hold. Slowly down and down. And then coming back up and up. And let's relax into a child pose. Can we do it one more time? Let's do it one more time. On all fours. Block on the low back. Let's get into a plank here. Shifting the weight to the left hand. Slowly going down. Down. Placing the left hand into the floor. Coming up. Starting again the other side. Shifting the weight to the right. Lift. Hold. If you notice that you're moving fast, okay, you're not using your balance. And back up. And release. All right, let's just stretch our neck. Other side. And shoulder across. So we did a lot of stability work today. That's very, very important for your everyday life, for your posture, for the health of your spine. So keep working on those exercises. You can include them in any workout, in any practice, or just do them on by themselves. Just take a few minutes. You don't have to do the whole practice. Pick one exercise, repeat it 3 to 5 times, and then do this maybe 2 to 3 times a week for a month, and notice what happens. Let's sit up. Hands to heart center. I value your time. Thank you for sharing part of your journey with me today. Namaste. I'll see you next Saturday.